Everything litty, I love when it's hot. Turned to the city, I broke all the knots. Got some more millies that keep me a knot. I created history, it made me a lot. He tried to diss me and it don't false. We call them chopsticks cause they gonna chop. Took her out of filers cause of hot. I run it like Nike, we got it on lock. Cardiac eye. I'm the boss man in a suit with no tie. I can't be, I gotta stay. Put me some in the can and it's dry. Riding in spaceship like Bunny and Clyde. Don't worry, baby, I keep me some fire. Shenanigans and Birkin, she cannot decide. The ladies Mercedes, here goes the surprise. Don't sleep on Miss Lady, help ride. Bet where I'm really fly, be that pelican guy. You ain't slick, I can tell her the skies. Upgrade at my wrist, put her gas in the sky. She think I might sign her and change her whole life. Everything litty, I love when it's hot. Turned to the city, I broke all the knots. Got some more millies that keep me a knot. I created history, it made me a lot. He tried to diss me and it don't false. We call him.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Denver Broncos. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Nix to throw right away. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Nix to the air. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Throwing Nix. Down the field, he's got Noel. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Jalen Noel, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. What's good on the extra point? And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Yeah, that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
Now ETN to start the drive.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Hey, go! Here we go.
Play action. It's Lawrence. Looking long for Thomas. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Brandon Jones got in there and knocked that away. But you look at this Bronco defense.
They played extremely well last week in that win over the Packers.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key.
11. Hey, Soko, behind.
They'll send the tight end in motion. From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And boy, down a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence.
That's to his running back, complete. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position.
To throw is Nix.
And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive. It comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Second and 5.
to throw. Here's Nix. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Marvin Mims, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Lutz with the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Lawrence will throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
Now Lawrence to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Red on red. Go, go. They said it's hot. 13, Lou. Lou. Hey, I'm gun. Hey, I'm gun. Here we go.
Here's Lawrence to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. And now it's 3rd down. But you look at this Bronco defense. And they played well against the pass. Currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Hey, Soko, come on. Eleven. Go.
Now Lawrence. He'll try and do this himself. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
This is a perfect example of what separates the elite quarterbacks. Has his man open, way too anxious, ends up firing it in there with way too much zip on it. The great ones, they know how to relax and put the appropriate velocity on the football.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. From the gun, it's Lawrence. He'll try to do it himself. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in the touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and, you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. 50 yards. And the Broncos take a 3-touchdown lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Handoff running left is Etienne. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offense coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. And they'll go again with Etienne. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. Here comes 3rd and about a foot. Now Lawrence changing the play.
Go, let's go. 11.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
Well, here's something you don't see too often. They're 0 for 2 converting these in the opening quarter, but they're trying a 3rd time here on 4th down. They go play action with Lawrence. He'll try to do it himself. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now they'll change things around before the snap. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Josh Hines-Allen there on the stop.
And I think that's going to go down as no gain, but that doesn't seem fair for the effort that was presented on that play. That should go down as a loss. I know, I'm a defensive guy, but you got to like the play that was made.
He made a lot of those plays last week. He was AFC Defensive Player of the Week, picking up where he left off. Finds his tight end, Ingram. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Nick's going to give to Harvey. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 21-0 our score after 1. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Hold on a second. Ready? Hey, Sean, let's go.
On the give, it's Harvey. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4. 3rd and 7 now.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 7.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now it's Nix. Setting up a screen for Harvey. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
I know, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, run! Hey, son, son. Hey, kill. 30 left. Here we go.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. He gets it to Thomas. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
It's a gain of 5.
Go.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Sink right open. Go. Sink right. Here we go.
Lawrence. That is incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
And it appears the offense is going to try this again. They've yet to convert the first 3 times on 4th down, but they're going once more. They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's the 2nd and 8.
Hey. 13 loop.
From midfield now, Lawrence. Got a man, it's De'Ami Brown, complete. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
15 yards.
It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a first down.
A gain of 15. 1st down, Jacksonville.
Red. Hey, Soko, Hunt.
A give running right, Etienne. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Hit and drop behind the line by Dre Greenlaw.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Here's Lawrence. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
Hey, go. Son.
They go play action now. Lawrence. And the Broncos get there and take him down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
11, Agate. Silver.
Now Lawrence. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
That's another Jaguars first down.
Running out of the gun with Etienne. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
He's going down
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 2nd and 9, Lawrence. And it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brian Thomas, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Lawrence and the Jags offense staying out there. They'll go for 2 here. They'll try and throw for it. And the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. On the ground, it's Harvey to start the drive. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Here's Nix. Wide open receiver, complete. He's going to be brought down there in the field of play, and the clock will run, no timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game. I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone. But the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
ETN up the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On red. Safe right.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
2nd and 10. Straight ahead, ETN. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Oh, the ball comes out on the hip, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. And they'll indeed go for it. Here's Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and that will force a turnover on downs. Now on 1st and 10. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Cougars tackled at the 46-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd.
Nix to the air. Oh, first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And he returns it into enemy territory down the 45-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
But when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Back to throw. Lawrence. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
I thought that was a completed pass until he came in and forced the ball from his hands. Not only did he make a nice play, he brings up 4th down.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. This offense has gone for it 5 times already. They're now going to go for a 6th 4th down try. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing Nix. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Nix to throw again. He'll swing this out to Harvey. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 12 more yards there and another first down.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Almost set. Ready? Huddle, huddle, huddle.
Dobbins will take it in. Touchdown, Denver. And that touchdown's going to put him in double digits now for the year. It's his 10th rushing touchdown of the campaign. Lutz with the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play. Multiple plays that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Second and 10 now. Third quarter action in Denver.
Red on red. Hey, son. 13, Luke.
Lawrence will throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This defense has passed its first two tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
11. Sink right. 30 left.
Now Lawrence to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And that will force a turnover on downs.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. That one taken in by Burton. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. To throw is Nix. This throw nearly intercepted. Oh, a good D-lineman almost had it. But 3rd down coming up.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
Motion. Captain.
Nix from the shotgun. That is caught.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, they go with Harvey.
Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And with that, they're down to 1 remaining here in this 2nd half.
Here now a 3rd down and 8. To throw, here's Nix. Throw over the middle, caught by Jordan. And the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Ready.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Hold on, set. Ready.
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Bo Nix scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Broncos are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this 4th quarter lead. What's good on the extra point? And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with the 1st and 10. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
42 yards. That's good for a Jaguars 1st down.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Nick Bonito has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. This is caught. It's Brown. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Another 1st down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. This game well in hand. Perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is. Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Now 2nd and 9.
Hey, here we go.
Lawrence. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now Lawrence. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Jaguars are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Well, you have to be aware defensively that you've got 2 goals because obviously you're trying to prevent the touchdown, but you're also trying to keep them from getting a 1st down as well. That time they weren't up to the task, and it's 1st and goal.
Hey, go, go!
ETN. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Here's Lawrence to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll go backwards. Losing yardage to the 5.
11.
On 3rd and goal, Lawrence. And he's got it. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. That will be their third and final stoppage, as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Lawrence and the Jags offense staying out there. They'll go for 2 here.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Broncos are going to get the football. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Now it's Nix. Sutton drilling it in on the left side. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Here's Nix. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. And certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they're going to try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On play action, Lawrence. This ball caught by Strange. He is out of bounds inside the 35. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Hey.
play action. It's Lawrence. That's caught. It's Strange, the tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
11. Hey, kill. Here we go.
Now Lawrence. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11th. Second down and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's Lawrence. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6.
That's another Jaguars first down. First and goal at the 6-yard line.
On the set. 11. Hey, go. Hey, Ginger.
They go play action with Lawrence. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. They go play action now. Lawrence. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for it first, but he does get the last lap by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
Hey, smash. Go, let's go. Here we go.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal.
He'll try to pick it up himself.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Lawrence and the Jags offense staying out there. They'll go for 2 here.
Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the Jags will keep the offense out there as they'll decide to go for 2.
Lawrence going to look to throw for it. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
It's complete. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Broncos are going to get the football. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
First down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Nix to the air. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Evan Ingram, his third touchdown of the game, number 16 on the season. And the Broncos up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter. Lutz with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Jaguars 22.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Check right open. Red on red. Hey, tomato. Done. Go. Silver.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Got his man. It's the tight end Strange with it. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Hey, kill. Street. Here we go.
Now Lawrence to throw. One last shot at the end zone. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at the worst. If they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Partner, pretty solid, convincing win here in this one. We did have some excitement down to the very end, though. This game ended on a rare onside kick, but they didn't recover it.
And they were in great shape anyway, but going ahead and recovering, finishing things off, being part of that good hands team, it's an honor, but you want to make sure you do actually recover the ball.
Well, I'm just glad that it gave us a little something there at the end because this one was over beforehand.
You're right. You're exactly right. Down the stretch, last one. Yeah, that gives a little something to bounce out of here on.
So for Denver, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, it's a bad time of year to take a loss like this as they drop to 10-5.